Oh, I see a lot of my regular viewers out there. Oh, there's somebody new. Hey, how you doing? Good to see ya. I'm John Zidar. This is On Top and Hot, and today is Wednesday. It's April 23rd. Now, what I like to do in these videos is to share a hot penny stock with you. I'm a day trader, and I primarily trade stocks under $5. And I'm always looking for a hot penny stock to share with you, one where we can both make some money. Well, I've got one I want to share with you today that we were playing over at Pennybois. She was taking some good runs and some good gains today, and she's got a real interesting story. This is ticker JYD-Jayud Global Logistics. This is a Chinese company having a great day. She's still climbing. She's at just under 26 cents, hitting 153% gains right now. She is rocketing off of the floor. This is a hot penny stock on the major exchange. It's on the NASDAQ, which comes with benefits compared to those penny stocks on the OTC. Best one, there's no transaction fees. You don't have to pay to buy your shares. You don't have to pay to sell them, which means you can scale out. You can sell a little and then sell a little more and sell a little more and not be giving away your profits as you do it. Same thing scaling in, buying shares as she's rising. You also get the advantage of trading pre-market, aftermarket. You never get to do that with OTC. There's a lot more money, a lot more volume, and a lot more rules up on the major exchange, which are all playing in our favor. So what is Jayud Global Logistics about? Logistics in China. The best description is found in their most recent news press. Jayud Global Logistics Limited is one of the leading Shenzhen-based end-to-end supply chain solution providers in China, focusing on cross-border logistics services. Headquarters in Shenzhen, the company benefits from the unique geographical advantages of providing a high degree of support for ocean, air, and overland logistics. The company has established a global operation nexus featuring logistic facilities throughout the major transportation hubs in China and globally, with footprints in 12 provinces in mainland China and 16 countries across 6 continents. Jayud offers a comprehensive range of cross-border supply chain solution services, including freight forwarding, supply chain management, and other value-added services. And really, that's all we need to dive into. They're working with moving stuff all over the world, especially in China. So what have I got to share with you about this company? Well, we've got 2 pieces of news. One of them came out March 25th. They got a new deal. They're adding a new route, which doesn't sound like a big deal, but this is a virgin route. It's the very first time they've ever had any commercial route from this part of the country to that part of the country. Jayud Global Logistics Limited today announced the successful inaugural flight of its exclusive chartered air cargo service connecting Fuzhou, China, and Jakarta, Indonesia on March 21st, 2025. The new service represents the only chartered air cargo route directly connecting these 2 strategic markets. It is specifically designed to handle products containing lithium-ion batteries. Very unique. Now, this other piece of news is really why we're looking at it, folks. When I found this stock, it was looking at the charts. We were over at Pennybois, and that's what we do. We find hot stocks that are running. And I go to the charts, and I draw lines on them and bring them over. Well, when I looked at this chart, boy, did it catch my attention. On April Fool's, this stock was over $8. Yesterday, it was at 9 cents. Right now, we are at 26 cents roughly, and we're taking good gains. Folks, we can get some huge gains back because that fall on April 1st, there's no accounting for it. I have gone through the news. I have gone through the filings. And more to the point, the management speaks about it. That fall happened April Fool's, April 1st. They say here, the company, a leading end-to-end supply chain solution provider based in Shenzhen, specializing in cross-border logistics, issued the following statement in response to the market activity April 1st and April 2nd, when it crashed. While it is the company's practice not to comment on stock movement, We must caution investors and all other persons to rely solely on statements and filings with the United States Securities Exchange Commission issued by the company itself or its authorized representatives. The company does not intend to make any further statements regarding this matter. Now, I have read this exact statement when we see a stock running, when it's gone off the charts and crazy. NASDAQ normally makes them say something. That's not the case here. The stock fell. And what they're basically saying is there is no reason. Everything there is to be known is in the SEC filings. And I went through the filings. I didn't see anything on April 1st. Let's take a look at those filings since we're talking about them. Here's their most recent financial. It is an international foreign financial, 20F. So it's going to be big. It's going to be complicated. But that has nothing to do with April 1st. Let's go all the way down here. We have got a bunch of 13Gs, right? 13Gs. These are all new investors coming into the company. They buy so many shares, they actually own a percentage of the company and become an insider. Well, I went through all of these. Look how many we've got on the 4th here, folks. Over 50% of the company was purchased up and invested into by these Chinese investors. But again, this is on February 4th. And this is going to have nothing to do with the fall on April 1st. I mean, that's bloody good news. Well, the next filing is on the 6th, March 6th. We have no filings. We have no news. There was no reason that the company can see or that I can see for why this stock fell April 1st from over $8 down to 9 bloody cents. So I think it's going to come back. Now, I think it's a swing play. I think between now and the big run, we're going to have a lot of mini runs, 100% here, 100% there. But ultimately, folks, this thing should be back up at $8. It was running strong, and then just out of the clear blue, it fell. So what was the relative volume around the company today? She was hot. Holy cannoli! Look at that, folks. We're doing an average of 7 million shares a day over the last 30 days. And today we do over 400 million. 407 million, that's going to be close to 75 times her normal volume. That's a huge increase, folks. 7,500% increase in volume. Share structure for the company. Yes, we got ourselves a real decent float here. We can't call it low, though it could be. Outstanding share count is just about 15 million. Depending how many shares the insiders own, and it sounds like a lot, we could have a float under 10 million, which is a legitimate low float. But as far as I'm concerned, if you're under 25 million, that's a low float. If you're under 100 million, you've got a good float. So this is an excellent float, whatever it may be. Market cap right now, we're at about 1.5 million. Financials, always the big question. Are they making any money? Over the last 4 years, they've been making money and then they're losing money. They've got money coming in. 4 years ago, we were at $85 million in a year. You got to add 3 zeros to any of the numbers on these charts. She jumped up to 93, fell hard in 2023 down to 70, and now we've bumped up. We're at 77 million, which isn't bad revenues, but we've lost all of our profits. We are just gone negative here. We are losing money now for all the money that we're making. Quarterly. No quarterly reports brought over here. They do have them. They're just not showing up here. Taking a look at the balance sheet. Bringing those 3 zeros over here too. Cash and cash equivalents. I call the bank. Got about 5 million. Looking at the total assets, about 25 million. Total liabilities is about half of that, about 13. So we get about 12.5 million stockholder equity. So we are not holding any deficit. We have some of the profits. The company's not making any profits. They're making decent revenues, but not decent profits. But we are not holding a bag. We got about 12.5 million stockholder equity. And let's see, we've already looked at the disclosures, so that really covers everything, folks. And it really is about the chart. Once I discovered why she took that big fall, or more to the point, why she shouldn't have taken that big fall, That gives me encouragement that it's going to go back. And when you go see this chart with me, you're going to see she was running beautifully, and it looks like someone just tripped her, kicked her feet out from underneath her, and she fell. And the company has nothing to say, and I couldn't find anything to tell you. So as far as I'm concerned, we're looking at a stock that's ready to do some huge recovering. We can play this for many days. Let's go take a look at it. Well, let's get this party started. We're over here at my free trading platform, Think or Swim. We're taking a look at ticker JYD-Jayud Global Logistics. We're going to start this off by looking at the 6-month, 4-hour view because it's really got all the information we need. You can see the whole story is right there in front of you. So 6 months ago, she wasn't doing a whole lot of anything. She was climbing ever so slowly, floating over top of that 200-day MA. Then at the beginning of December, she woke up for some reason, I don't know why, but she started jumping on that 50-day MA, climbing. She went from 90 cents all the way to $8.10. Folks, that is a wild run, and look how strong it was getting the last week before it crumbled. April 1st, no rhyme or reason, she crashes all the way down. April 2nd, she continues her descent down to 23 cents. Now she went sideways waiting for all the MAs. The MAs came down, but she still didn't climb. She hit a low yesterday of 9 cents, and now she is starting to bounce. And I see no reason why she should not take some of this back. That blue line you see right there is the 50% mark of that fall. That's the halfway point. You put a Fibonacci up there, that's called the 50% fib mark. This is where we're going to get strength once she gets over it, but she's going to have a motivation to push to that 50% mark. So I'm looking for this to push towards $4 initially. I'm not saying it's going to happen all in one day, but when it starts to run, I think it's going to run hard because there's no reason it should be down this far. Taking a look a little bit closer, we have ourselves a 200 squeeze setting up here, folks. 200-day MA at the top is falling. 200 haul on the bottom is also falling. It gets strong when that 200 haul goes level and starts to turn up. And if the price is on top or above the 50-day MA, we look for a launch. We look for it to rip to and through the 200. And right now our 200's at $2.91 and we're down here at 24 cents. Lots of volume came into the picture today. Oscillators, they're not looking too hot on the 4-hour chart. Let's take a look at our 1-hour chart. Well, there's your climb. Look at that. It looks like a roller coaster. Click, 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 click. Ah! Down here to the floor. She crossed through every MA, right? This is how she got on top of them. She didn't have to climb anything. She just waited for everything to fall underneath her, turn up, and start coming up. Now, it is a little disappointing that she didn't break out right there. She should have, but she didn't. But that was then. We're not investing in it. We're playing the bounce. We're looking for a probable movement. Right now, she has taken that dip yesterday to 9 cents. She has hit her head on the 200, and she is again setting up in a 200 squeeze. 200 MA at the top, 200 haul on the bottom. She is above the 50. When that 200 haul turns flat and starts to climb, look for a burst of energy. Not just a little wiggle. Look for it to go to and through the 200. When it breaks the 200, that's its initial breakthrough. Took a lot of energy to run up to it and break through it. Don't expect it to keep running. It needs to relax. It needs a break. So it's going to come back down at least to the 200, maybe to a strong MA just under the 200. And there it'll bounce. And if it's strong, it'll continue to run. And I'm thinking it'll continue to run. As you can see, volume was strong today compared to the days before. And our oscillators are starting to warm up now. Everything is on a steady incline up. Everything is getting warmer. Let's jump on down to let's go all the way down to our 5-day, 15-minute. So 5 days ago, we had a high of 44 cents. She's been falling all of this time, hitting that low yesterday of 9 cents. Climbing off of that low bubble through the aftermarket, pre-market periods, jumping real quick just before the bell, falling back down to our dynamic duo, the 200 haul and the 50-day MA. She bounced off of that twice and ripped took a nice run, getting up here to 30 cents before she fell back down, latching here. Now, I'm going to go back to the 5-day, 15-minute because I get a feeling she's sitting on something there. Ha ha. There you go. Yeah, she came down and bounced off the 200 on our 15-minute, but she is laying on the 20. So when we're looking at our 5-day, our 5-minute, it looks like she's just laying in the air. She isn't. She is laying on our 20 here, floating on the 9. We had a little peg leg come down here to touch the 20, which is what I think we always need. Whenever I see a dip, I just look for a peg leg to come down and touch a stronger MA and then a bounce back up, like a pogo stick. It's not going to hang around down here. It just needs to come down and bounce, and then it goes back up. And that's what I think we got going here. We are right in the midst of a pogo jumping up. Jumping back down to that 5-day, 5-minute. So we've got a rip breaking out through the 200 here, right? Strong rip, took a lot of energy, came down, bounced basically on our 200 here, then bounced off the 50, got a rip, came back down, laying on our 20 on our 15-minute. She is climbing. She is pushing up. There's a peg leg pushing off of our 20-day MA. Our 50 is now turning up. Our price has gotten on top of the 9. Our 200 haul is turned up. It all looks good to me, folks. Looks like it is ready to start climbing some more. And I'm expecting, since she's getting attention and since people are going to start realizing there was no good reason for this thing to fall virtually $8, that we can take back some of that. At least 50% of it, though there's no reason we shouldn't get back all of it, right? So I expect a nice run here from 24 cents to $1 would be a 400% run. If we could actually get $4, we'd be looking at 1,600%. Now, don't hold on to your stock if she starts climbing hard. Sell something, folks. If you hit 100% gains, at least get your money back. Sell half. Let the other half ride, and you can get all profits then. But if she starts to run hard, don't get greedy. Get smart. Take some gains, put them in your pocket, let the rest of them run. You'll feel so much better knowing you have money and are making money. There's nothing sweeter than that, folks. So as far as I'm concerned, JYD is going to be a hot stock. She's going to be catching attention. She's going to be getting some volume. She's got a low float. She should move quickly. She deserves to be on your watch list. And if you want to go see if you can find a reason why she fell April 1st, by all means, go do some more due diligence and research. I love you when you do that. Remember, folks, the more you know, the more you're going to grow. See ya.